Hey guys, it's your girl Miss Panda, and I'm coming at you today with another reaction video. I kn- I I know I usually give my reaction to the shenanigans that goes on in the mommy sector of YouTube, but today I want to switch gears for a second because I want to discuss the Travis Rudolph trial and give my opinion, Panda style, of course. Okay, so I want to share my screen. Okay, so let me click on that.
Hey.
YLA. Okay. And who's Kyla? Who is she?
That was a friend that I met in Tallahassee.
And what was she asking? Why was she asking who's Kyla?
Um, from my knowledge, she went through my phone and she seen me and Kyla texting each other.
So basically, I've been following this case. I don't know if you guys all heard about this, but basically, he's an ex-NFL player that was dating this young lady named Dominique Jones, and the girl came to his mother's house, and basically everything started because his ex-girlfriend Dominique Jones, who was his girlfriend at the time, somehow got a hold of his phone and went through it like most women do. I'm not gonna lie, act like I ain't never went through my man phone. And y'all, come on now, y'all ain't never went through y'all man phone, the pockets, or nothing. Come on, we here to be honest with each other. But anyway, let's continue. So after going through his phone, of course, you know that she obviously came across something that she didn't like, and she came across some text messages between Travis and a woman that he met, that he refers to as a friend named Kyla that he met in Tallahassee, and his girlfriend decided to confront him about it. Okay, needless to say, shit went to the left. Okay, all right.
What was her attitude like?
You say what now?
What was her attitude like?
Um, I could tell she was mad.
How can you tell?
It's just how she asked it, and then like I went to like try to reach for my phone, and she like kept it away from me, so I can tell she was mad.
Here's the problem that I have with that. When you go, you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, when you go digging for shit, you gonna find some things that you're not gonna like. Okay, that's just the bottom line. I ain't even gonna sit up there and sugarcoat the shit. If you go digging through shit, you gonna find something that you don't like. So you have to be prepared for that when you go looking through somebody's phone pockets or just anything, journal, anything. You're gonna see some shit that you ain't like because it ain't meant for you to see. Now, I'm not saying that he was right, but at the end of the day, you got to realize that this woman that he was dating at the time was married and had a whole husband. So she got a lot of audacity to be running up on him, trying to come up on him to ask him anything about what he had going on. Okay.
Right? And what did you say when she asked who Kyla was?
I told her let's go in the room and talk because I knew my brother was gonna come inside like shortly after me. So I was like, let's just go in the room and talk.
You don't want your brother in your business?
Correct.
What did all hell break loose then?
Yes.
Tell us what happened, please.
So the next thing that happened was basically we go in the room. She still was asking me who Kyla was, and then she FaceTimed her. And when she
How did she do that? On your phone?
yes, on my phone.
Your phone was working?
Yes, it was working at this time.
She FaceTimed her. What did she do?
She angled the phone to where as if it's just me that called her, and basically
I feel like she had no right to do that because this is a whole married woman. How are you gonna be creeping on your husband with him and then getting mad that he creeping on you with somebody else? And she doesn't really honestly know the extent of their relationship. They could have honestly just been friends. I have male friends. There's nothing wrong with having male friends. And she's married. She don't have a right to question him about a motherfucking thing. She got a husband. Okay? She got some fucking nerve.
she had it set up, and I guess she was looking for answers or something. And me and Kyla had a short, brief conversation, and then after that, she just was like, "You ain't shit." Dominique said that. I'm saying.
Did she hang up the phone or did she let you?
Yes, the phone hung up.
She hung up.
Yes.
She was testing you to see who Kyla was.
Yes.
Why'd you even participate in this?
I mean, like I say, it wasn't nothing to hide, and I was just like, "All right, you want to go do that? Do that." Pretty much.
Right? So you figured no big deal?
Yeah, no big deal.
At the end of it?
No, it wasn't.
What happened then?
So after she said you ain't shit, I asked her, I was like, "You doing all this? Let me see your phone." And then that's when she started spazzing out. She started hitting me on my head.
See, that's the thing. We as women, we have no right to. We feel sometimes that because it's a man that they're supposed to always exercise restraint. But sometimes, even though they're bigger than us and stronger than us as men, that doesn't mean that our punches and scratches and head bumps and picking them up and hitting them with objects, that doesn't mean that that shit don't hurt. Okay? Now, we got to learn to keep our hands to ourselves too. Okay? She had no right to be swinging on him. Now, what if he would have really hurt her? Then he'd have been really sitting in jail for murder for real, and he wouldn't have got off. She shouldn't have touched him. She ain't had no right to do that.
And how was she hitting you?
Hard. Like she was like trying to hurt me.
Why don't you hit her back?
I mean, I don't believe in.
Now, if he would have did that to her, he would have been in jail for real. Like, come on now. Just because you're a female, that doesn't give you a right as a woman to feel that a man should, like I said, exercise restraint and keep their hands to themselves. And you could just let your hands go and because you get mad at something, or you don't like the way he's carrying himself, or you don't like something that he did, or you didn't get your way somehow, that it's okay for you to take off on him and get the slapping and swinging and banging, swinging on him. We got to learn to keep our hands to ourselves too and control ourselves too.
In females, my mom always told me that if you ever get to the point that you want to put your hands on a female, just leave her.
And I feel like his mama told him right. And that's the same thing that I tell my son.
Leave the situation.
And are you defending yourself, like blocking her, or what are you doing?
Yeah, blocking her. Like basically falling up pretty much because I knew she was mad. So at that time, I took it as like maybe I deserved it because she seen me texting her.
Deserve to get hit?
I mean, that's how I took it. I guess because that's, like I said, it was just a respect thing at that time. So I just felt like, well, she felt like I was texting this girl and that's disrespectful. So
that's where you're wrong. Regardless of whatever, even if he was wrong, she still had no right to put her hands on him. Okay? Because if anything, how would she have felt if her husband would have put his hands on her for creeping around with him? That's come on now. If we're gonna look at it, we're gonna call a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. Okay? She ain't in no position again to be checking nobody or stepping to nobody about nothing. She's 100% wrong. And I'm not gonna stand here and just try to just side with her because she's a female. If you wrong, you wrong. And that's just that.
How about on Valentine's Day? Do you think you deserve to get hit then too?
No, not that time.
Why didn't you just leave her then?
Like I said, I love hard, so her good outweighed the bad. That's just what it was.
But
yes.
All right, so she's hitting you and using any objects or just her hands?
Well, actually, before she hit me, I forgot to say this point. She threw my phone and just broke it.
Where'd she throw it, against something?
She threw it on the ground. I had this tile floor, and she threw it in
your bedroom.
Yes.
See, the thing is, there's no accountability with this chick. How could you get up and just break this man's phone because you got mad? That doesn't give you the authority to just get mad at somebody and just feel like you could just shatter their phone. She should have to pay for that. Can't go around just breaking people's shit because you mad. It doesn't work that way.
And did you pick up your phone?
Yes, I picked it up and man, you really just broke my phone. And
how do you know it was broke?
I looked at it, the screen cracked, it's black and everything. You can't even open it.
Couldn't see the screen at all? No light would come out?
No.
You know if it was still receiving calls?
No, I don't know. I didn't think it was receiving calls because it's broke. You can't even see the phone.
You shut it off, or there's no way to do that?
No, there's no way to do that because how this iPhone set up, you gotta press one of the side buttons and then the volume button, and then you gotta swipe it on the screen. So
you couldn't do that at the time?
No.
All right, so what happens after she breaks your phone? Do you hit her, or does she hit you?
No, that's when she started hitting me and everything. And then in the midst of that, she had picked up a trophy and hit me on the top of my head with it.
Did she hit you full force, or was it partial force?
Yes, it was full force.
She could have killed that man. Did you hear what he said? She picked up one of his trophies that he earned off of his own blood, sweat, and tears because she was jealous that he was talking to another female. Don't even know the extent of the relationship for real. It could have been platonic. Because she got upset She felt that she was well within her rights to pick up a trophy and bash this man upside his head. She could have unalived him. Okay? She could have really unalived him. This chick got some nerve.
Of course.
Did you get injured or not really?
No, I ain't get injured because I pretty much braced for it. I seen it coming.
Did you try grabbing her and stopping her, or what'd you do?
And not for nothing, he is so mild-mannered and so soft-spoken and just so... He's a nice-looking guy. Like, how did he end up with her? Did y'all even see how she looked? I'm about to show y'all a video what this chick look like, honey. I don't know what she looked like back then. Well, actually, I seen a video of the ring footage of how she looked back then, and she wasn't even fine back then, child. Honey, I think that's why she got mad, because the chick that he was talking to looked better than her, was shaped better than her. I think that's why she went off too, honey.
Yeah, I tried to grab her. Like, after she did, I'm like, Dominique, stop. And then she put a trophy down. And then that's when she got her stuff and she was like walking out of my room.
Did she act like she was injured and she couldn't hit you or anything, or she pretty strong at that point?
Yeah, she's pretty strong.
Did you ever hold her hostage and tell her she can't leave your room and block her from leaving?
No, not at all.
Did you start raising your voice during this time period?
Yes, because she's like, fuck you, broke ass bitch. And
Okay, so I got a problem with that. Now she called him a broke ass bitch, but she was with him. He wasn't so broke to the point where you felt that it was okay for you to sneak behind your husband's back, whether y'all separated or whatever the case may be, to sneak around with him. So what does that make her? She has a lot of nerve, in my opinion, to confront him about texting another female when she's a whole married woman. So it's okay for her to be married and have a husband, but it's wrong for him to be talking to another female. So he has to be faithful to her. The whole relationship itself is wrong straight across the board. How do you expect somebody to be faithful to you when you can't even be faithful to the person that you exchange vows with, honey? That doesn't make any sense to me, man.
you a fuck nigga and all things like that.
Saying terrible things.
Yes.
Start saying some terrible things back to her?
Yes, I was saying things back to her.
Why were you doing that?
I mean, because I'm obviously frustrated that it even got to the point where she broke my phone. Like, it's one thing that you're hitting me, but you broke my phone. Like, I don't think that was right.
Make that heifer pay for that phone that she broke. That should have been a separate civil case that you went after her for the money, but you probably don't really want to be bothered with her. And I can't say that I blame you, but she should be made to be held accountable for some of this stuff, because she can't just get mad and you're a grown woman. You have to sit up there and stand accountable for your actions. For one, you have to be able to control your temperament before she hurt herself. I hope she ain't got no kids, because them kids need to be taken away from her because they're not safe around her. Look at her temperament. She can't even control herself. She gets mad and start hitting people with trophies, breaking phones. Like, come on now. I wouldn't trust her around my kids. Would you trust her around yours? Drop down in the comment section and tell me, would you trust her around you or your kids? Because I know I certainly wouldn't trust her.
Did the fight spill out of the room?
Yes.
And what happened after that?
I thought she was leaving, but when she came out my room, she makes a right. That'll be where my living room is. And she goes to my PlayStation 4 and picks it up and slams it and breaks that.
Did y'all hear that? What gave this heifer the right to feel like she could just sit up there and just pick this man's stuff up and just start destroying his house? She broke his PlayStation 4. That's another thing he need to go after her for in a civil suit. So far, let's run a tally. She done broke his phone, smashed his phone to pieces. Phones are not cheap, okay? Secondly, and I don't even know if he even had insurance or whatever on it. But then she broke his PlayStation. Them PlayStations be costing a grip. Okay? She needs to be responsible for paying for that, even though she probably ain't got no money. But still. Had no right to break nobody's stuff because you mad. What's wrong with you, heifer?
Did the police ever take that or take pictures of it, to your knowledge?
Not to my knowledge, no.
It's completely smashed?
Correct.
Did you try stopping her, or you couldn't?
Nah, she beat me to it. Like, she did it fast at that moment. So
She was fully recovered, in your opinion, from whatever?
most definitely. Most definitely.
Where was Daryl or DJ at this point?
I think after the PlayStation was smashed, that's when he came out the door and was like watching us.
Out of his room?
Yes.
He's already in the house at this point.
Yes.
So, to the best of your knowledge, what happens after the PlayStation gets broken?
After the PlayStation gets more broken, me and her going back and forth at each other. I'm saying things to her. She's saying things to me.
How about physical force?
Not at that time.
Now, what I wish he would have done, and maybe he wasn't really in the right frame of mind to think, because he probably was upset. He was in the moment. You know, I know she was upset. She was in the moment, even though she was acting like an asshole. Okay, but I wish that he would have had the mind frame to just to think, or even if he wasn't, I wish his brother would have called the police at that point. You know, but then again, maybe they were afraid because, you know, we don't have the best relationship with the police as a black man. So then maybe that's why he wasn't really, you know, feeling the idea of like calling the cops or whatever, you know, so maybe that's why he didn't.
Horrible things.
Yeah, just horrible things being said. And she's walking out. I'm following her. And then I remember us being outside at one point.
Did you ever tell her to leave?
Yes, I did tell her to leave. I don't remember. I just remember I told her to leave.
In the house?
Probably. I don't know.
Stained.
Where did you ask her to leave? Do you remember?
I can't recall.
How about your brother? Did he ever ask her to leave?
Yes, he did.
When was that?
I would say that was probably like after the fact. When you see like on the doorbell cam when she was hitting me and stuff, and he got in between us. It was like, dumb, just leave.
So let's talk about that. How did y'all wind up going outside?
She was on the process of leaving.
See, that's why the stand your ground. They asked her several times to leave. Now, he was well within his rights. If he wanted to do something to her, he could have, because she came into his house, broke his stuff, broke his phone, broke his PlayStation, and the brother asked her to leave, and he also asked her to leave. And while she was in there cutting up and showing her ass, acting an ass, okay, he was well within his rights because they was in Florida. She was in his house, and she was a threat.
And then I was following behind her, still yelling at her. She's yelling at me, and then I remember I told her go back inside and get her bottle. And when I went back to the door, I basically tried to open the door. The door was locked. So that's how we got to that point.
Brother locked you guys out.
Yes.
Tired of it.
Yes.
Now, how the hell she gonna lock them out their own house? This girl, she need her ass whooped. She need her ass whooped.
All right. Does he open the door for you?
Yes, he opened the door.
What we saw in the video, is that what happened?
Yes.
All right. What happens when y'all get inside?
She goes and grab her bottle. And at that time, my brother's still in between us. And she's going outside, and I go back outside, still yelling at her, going back and forth.
Yelling back at you?
Yes.
Any more physical violence at this point?
No, not at that point.
What happens then?
And then after that, I remember like right before she got to her car, I told her she's just mad because Kyla looks better than her and her body looks better than her naturally. And I sent her into a rage.
And that's what started all that. That's what really made her mad, and decided that she wanted to call her brothers to come over there and as she said it, shoot up the place and try to harm him and all this other stuff. Because she got basically mad because she was infuriated by the fact that he made a statement that Kyla looked better than her and had a better body than she did naturally, without enhancements, without a BBL, without going under the knife. And she was mad about that. That was why she tried to hit him upside the head with the tequila bottle. Your homegirl was trying to unalive him. Okay, she was trying to unalive him that night, but she realized that I guess that she couldn't do it herself. That's why she called in for backup in the form of her brother and his friends or whatever.
She came back. My brother, he's like pushing me back type thing, but she went back to where these like the palm tree, it has bricks around it, and I was like near my car. So she went back and she had grabbed a brick. And she went to pick it up as if she was going to throw it at my car. And
did she throw it?
No, she didn't throw it. Me and my brother got there in time to get the brick from out of her hand.
All right. And what happened after you guys got the brick from her hand?
After that, she was still swinging on me. Well, she started swinging on me, and then she like took the bottle that I believe it was in her purse, and she took the bottle and she like hit me on my head with it.
Tequila bottle?
Yes, the Patron bottle.
She could have really, really, really hurt him. I really feel like, in my opinion, I feel like she need to have some type of time that needs to, because all of this crap, all this shit started because of her. All of it started because of her. Because she couldn't accept the fact that he was talking to somebody or whatever the case may be. And she just couldn't take it on the chin and just walk away gracefully. She wanted to cut up and act up at his mother's house. That's why all this bullshit started.
Where it hit you on the head? Do you remember?
It was like on my right side because she was like in the right in
Now, my thing is, what if she would have gave that man a concussion? Okay? But I don't think that she really, really cared about that clearly. Since she called her brother and, the friends to come up there and as she claims, shoot his shit up.
in front of me and to the right of me. So
Top of your head?
yes, the top of my head right
Well,
here.
show us approximately where it was. So,
Like in this area.
your scalp,
Yes.
top of your right ear.
Yes.
Were you able to brace yourself or block it?
Yes, I seen it coming, so I braced myself.
Were you able to block it or no?
I blocked most of it, but I did get hit though.
What happened when you got hit?
I guess DJ like, all right, Dominique, like you went way too far, so she eventually goes back to her car.
DJ said what?
Like, you went way too far. Like, just leave. I'm telling you, Dominique, leave.
Okay. Was DJ getting upset?
Yes, he was upset.
You know if DJ ever got hit while he was in the middle of you two?
I can't tell you that. I don't know.
Did you get hit numerous times that night?
Yes.
Did you ever hit Dominique at all?
No, not one time.
Try to restrain her from stopping to hit you?
Yes, most definitely.
And was your car window broken at that point?
No.
So your phone, your PlayStation, anything else broken that you remember?
No, that was only two things.
Your heart, probably.
Yes.
And was this pretty much the breakup?
Yes.
I think that was the end of it.
Yes, I thought it was the end of it.
Before Dominique left, did she ever make any threats to you and out loud?
Yes, she pretty much was saying, I'm gonna have my brother them to come over here and fuck you up and kill you. Like, that was just.
You see that? Now that's a threat. You can't just go around threatening people. Like, and then to have them to come to that man's house. Like, she don't have no respect for him. She don't have no respect for herself. She don't have no respect for her brothers because she lied about a lot of stuff. And we're gonna get into that chick testimony too. Trifling self.
Just the gist of what she was saying.
She ever talked like that before?
No.
To F you up and kill you.
No, she never talked like that before.
Oh, but this.
See, that doesn't make sense to me. My thing is, because he was talking to another girl, she felt that was worthy of him dying and losing his, being unalived. I'm sorry, I apologize, unalive, because he was talking to another girl. I don't think it's bad. Maybe it's disrespectful. I mean, considering her feelings, because I'm a woman too. I mean, I'm not going to sit up there and say my feelings wouldn't be hurt, but I don't think it's worthy to unalive somebody because they're talking to somebody else. And then considering the fact that this woman has a whole husband. I don't know whether it was separated or she was, just simply just cheating. But the bottom line is, you did all of this just because of that. What if it was the other way around and her husband would have found out about him and then he would have did all those things done, got some people to come over there and try to F her up? I wonder how she would have felt.
This night before she left, she said that?
Yes.
How many times? Do you remember?
Numerous times.
Did you take it serious?
No, not at all.
You wish you did.
Yes.
Any reason why you didn't call the police on her?
Just, I love her, and like I said, I don't think it was that serious to call the police. I just felt like she was just upset and emotional, so I just felt like there wasn't no need to call the police.
You didn't want to get her in trouble?
No.
She never paid for your broken.
See, he nice. He's too nice. I really, really, really wish he would have used better discretion and called the police, because maybe, they could at least came there and had some type of police report, and maybe he wouldn't have ended up in this particular situation when the brothers did come through, because it was already on record that the fight had occurred. So he would have had some type of protection or whatever. But I guess he did what he felt he needed to do for himself at the moment. But I really just wish he would have called the cops to protect himself. But anyway.
Good items or anything like that, right?
No.
So did you figure that was the last time you were going to see her?
Correct.
Did she drive away?
Yeah, she drove away to my knowledge.
And when you went, did you go back inside your home?
Yes, me and DJ went back inside the house.
Did you and DJ start arguing?
Yes.
What was that about?
If I remember correctly, I believe he was like, "Man, I'm telling you, you need to leave that girl alone. She came to the mom house."
And his brother was right.
What happens when you get inside?
When I go inside the house, Dominique.
His brother was absolutely right. Okay? His brother was absolutely right. He really did need to leave her alone because she is crazy and she deserves to be on trial also, so, for her own separate charges, because she started all of this crap and she's messy and she's a pot stirrer. Okay, and that's the type of female that I tell my son, even though he's only 14 years old, but he's going to get older at some point and want to date some female. But I don't want him to bring home nobody like that. She's disrespectful. She don't have no self-control. She's deceitful. She's not honest with anybody. She's a troublemaker. I wouldn't want my son around nobody like that. So that will conclude today's broadcast of Miss Panda Talk Time, discussing the Travis Rudolph case and inserting my opinion. Please feel free to drop down in the comment section and leave a comment detailing how you felt about what he went through, his ordeal, whether you agree or disagree and why. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because doing so helps to push my videos through the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for listening. I love you all and be blessed.